And welcome back in our Health Watch this morning. You've been responsible about avoiding the sun this summer, right? Well, if you haven't, or no matter how often we hear, there is no such thing as a safe tan, folks. Millions of us still lie in the beach or in the park trying to get that beautiful glow. But look at these figures. More than 1 million cases of skin cancer are diagnosed in the U.S. each year. More than 8,000 people a year die from it. And we're about halfway through the summer, and we thought it might be a good idea right now to give you a quick little checkup for exactly how you've been so far this summer. Dr. Andrew Alexis is a dermatologist and director of the Skin of Color Center at St. Luke's Roosevelt Hospital here in New York. Doc, good to see you this morning.
Thank you.
I guess, like we said, there is no such thing as a safe tan. Pretty accurate?
Yes, that is correct. It turns out that a tan is the skin's response to injury from UV radiation from the sun. And UV radiation from the sun is the most important risk factor for skin cancer. So you want to avoid intense sun exposure like sunbathing.
Yeah.
That said, you can still enjoy your outdoor sports and activities as long as you practice safe sun habits.
It's just such a tough sell, though, because I'm one of those people, like to be out in the sun, like to be at the beach. You say you should check yourself regularly. You need to kind of survey the landscape, so to speak, see if there's any irregularities, abnormalities.
Exactly. I can't emphasize that enough. It's really important to get to know your own skin.
Yeah.
Examine all your moles, become familiar with them, so you can detect any changes in the size, the color, the shape, the elevation. Also look out for moles that have more than one color in them, or where the border is fuzzy and not sharp,
all right,
let's
let's show some pictures here of some of the different kinds of skin cancers. We'll start with basal cell carcinoma, which is the most common, correct?
That's correct. Basal cell carcinoma is the most common skin cancer in the United States. Fortunately, it has the best prognosis because it very, very rarely spreads beyond the skin.
How about squamous cell carcinoma?
Now, squamous cell carcinomas, which are the second most common skin cancer, are a bit more serious because they do have the potential to spread beyond the skin.
And then obviously the most deadly is melanoma.
That is correct. Melanoma, which is the third most common, is also the most serious because it is potentially fatal because it can spread beyond the skin to other organs. The good news, however, is when we catch these at the earliest stages, the prognosis is very good.
And now let's also talk about African Americans as well, because a lot of people think, well, they probably don't need to worry as much with sun exposure, but they really do.
That's correct. That's a great point, because it's a myth that people with darker skin are not susceptible to skin cancer. That is not correct. In fact, people of any skin color, race, or ethnicity can develop skin cancer. And the best example of this is the late reggae legend Bob Marley, who died of a melanoma that began as a black spot on his toe and spread. Yeah.
Now, we talk about cancer being the worst case scenario for sun exposure, but I had this little, if we can just kind of zoom in on my hand here, I had this pop up about a week ago now. I'm a person who likes to be out in the sun, but that little mark there, I mean, there are other, obviously I'm damaging my skin every time I'm out there, but something like this, something I need to have looked at.
Sure, let me take a look at it.
Yeah, please take a look.
Yeah, so basically what I'm seeing here is what some people might call a sunspot.
Yeah.
We call it a solar lentigo in dermatology. The good news is it's totally benign, but it is a bit of a warning sign that you've had a little bit too much sun.
And basically, what should I do? What should people do? Let's say they do have something similar to what I have. What's now the course of action?
Well, as I mentioned before, wearing your sunscreen every day is key. I suggest an SPF 15 or higher.
Yeah.
And the sunscreen should be broad spectrum.
Yeah.
That means it protects you from both UVA and UVB rays from the sun.
And also whatever, I guess, skincare, whatever anti-wrinkle, healthy skincare items, just shop around whatever you like.
That's right. The good news is there are a variety of skincare items that can help reverse the sun damage, the damage already done. And the most important types of products are the vitamin A derivatives called retinoids.
Great.
And there are a variety of products with that.
Dr. Alexis, thank you so much. I appreciate the free consult as well.
Okay, anytime.
Thank you so much.